Hi, today I'll have a slightly different video than my previous videos because I'll be reviewing a piece of kit that I bought on AliExpress. I don't buy too many consoles on AliExpress or in China. I mostly collect original 8, 16 and later consoles. But this one is quite interesting. This is, I feel like this is somewhat special. I'll go through all the reasons in this video, but I can tell you up front that this is pretty good. It has some drawbacks, obviously, but overall I'd say this is probably a good choice for somebody who wants a quick way of playing SNES slash Super Famicom games and also NES games or Famicom games. So I'll unpack that and I'll go through what it comes with, but as you can see, it's the European style SNES or Super Famicom. It comes with two wireless controllers, mystery cartridge, this is very interesting, but it also comes with one wired controller, surprisingly, which is not displayed here, and it has HDMI output, but also has analog composite video output. So again, powered by USB. Again, quite interesting device. So let's unpack it and I'll show you what's inside. So this is what it looks like. It also comes with, as I said, with the wired controller and two wireless controllers. They both powered by two AAA batteries, and there's also a screw there for safety reasons. These controllers, all of them, they're essentially the same quality. It's not bad. I would say they are pretty good. They're not as comfortable as the let me pull it out, as the original Super Famicom controllers, but they are good. As you can see, they are slightly thinner and a slightly different shape, but yeah, I can't complain. They are pretty good. This one has batteries, as you can see. I think they use some sort of either 2.4 or some other technology, wireless technology. I don't think these are Bluetooth. Most likely not. There's not that much lag, I would say, and again, pretty good. I would say. What it comes with also, it comes with the USB charger, micro USB cable, AV cables. HDMI is not included as far as I remember, but you get pretty much everything you need. Also comes with this. And again, this is kind of special because this, even though this is a SNES clone, the games here are NES or Famicom. Obviously, this is SNES, and it doesn't play Famicom games by or the normal Famicom cartridges, but you can put this and it will play. All the games here are NES. I'll show you that later. I'm pretty sure there is NES on a chip somewhere here in this cartridge, and this cartridge is interesting because, as you can see, it has these tabs here on two additional tabs there, and obviously some connections there, pins, and these are obviously being used by these SNES cartridges that use special chips. So my guess is that this NES on a chip is in there and is kind of using this to somehow provide output video to this console. Obviously, this console obviously has some circuitry to support that, because this won't work in the original Super Famicom or SNES. Now, this console is again, the build quality is really good, and I have original Super Famicom here. This is obviously heavy. This is quite light, but apart from the branding and this logo here, they are honestly pretty much identical. This is discolored slightly. The color here is slightly different. This is, I think, slightly darker shade, or maybe not. I don't know, but it looks literally identical. You can connect original controllers, and by the way, this wired controller is also, like, you can connect it to original Famicom. or Super Famicom, it looks exactly the same. Obviously, the cartridge slot is different because I think this will accept the American SNES cartridges. I think. I don't know. I don't have any. But yeah, so the slot is different. But apart from that, it looks identical. If we flip this over, sorry, again, there's obviously no the extension thingy here. But apart from that, honestly, looks identical. Obviously, the back is different, and that's one of the things that I would like to be different. Because obviously on this one you have this AV connector that Super Famicom is using, and this has composite and RGB. This one, unfortunately, so I'll put this aside. This one only has composite and audio and HDMI. Unfortunately, HDMI comes from composite, so the signal is taken from composite output. So I don't think this has internally RGB capabilities. I wish it had, because if they did, if they kind of took RGB signal and put it on the HDMI, then I wouldn't hesitate and recommend this, because picture quality would be perfect. Unfortunately, as I said, looking at the output from the composite and from HDMI, they are pretty much identical. So my guess is that they are just using some sort of circuitry to convert composite to HDMI. So you could, in theory, use composite and put it through something like RetroThing, which I have here, by the way. And I'll show you compare the pictures through HDMI, directly through HDMI here, and through RetroThing. There's not that much difference, I would say. Obviously, this doesn't have these fancy features like, scan lines and all that stuff that RetroThing has. But yeah, I mean, picture quality is not bad, taking into consideration that it's essentially composite. What else? 4x3, 16:9. Set it to 4x3 and never change it, obviously, because this will just stretch the screen and it will look awful. PAL NTSC. This is quite useful because you can play both. So you can switch between PAL and NTSC. I don't think this is software emulation inside. I think it's actually a clone. So with the clone of proprietary chips or something like that. I think so. The reason is that I've tried pretty much all the cartridges that I have, and I'll show you that later. I'll also try where is it? I'll also try this, and it works. So this is Super Game Boy, obviously. Works perfectly fine. I don't think it would work if this was software emulation. Obviously, even better test would be if I could put the Game Boy camera here, but I don't have that one, so yeah, I need to stick to that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me connect the thing, and I'll show you the examples of how it works. Okay, so this is now connected through, actually I don't have power, obviously. Where is my power? Right there. And again, it's the micro USB. So let's connect the power. Right there. So now this is now connected. Let's put these cables away. Through AV composite, but don't worry, I'll show you the output that goes via HDMI. It goes to RetroThing and capture device now, and I'll be using this controller, this wireless controller. So let's start with this one, this magic cartridge. So I put it in, and let me share my capture window. There you go. So as you can see, there's why this is not okay. Reset. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of games. No, really 518. I doubt it, honestly. There's probably a few good games, but apart from that, it's probably just crap. But anyway, so as you can see, these are all, and obviously a few variations of Contra and some other games. These are all NES games or Famicom games. So let's start one. So yeah, this cartridge is quite interesting. As you can see, everything works fine. Yeah, I mean, this controller, not the best controllers, not the best controller. Obviously, I would recommend 8-bit though, or original Super Famicom or SNES controllers. But this is not bad. I mean, yeah, there's really no noticeable lag or anything like that. Just works fine. Um, so yeah, the cartridge is pretty good for if you want NES games. Yeah, it's quite interesting, I would say. Let me power it off. So again, this this is quite good addition to this set, and I mean it's not cheap. This costs like 60, 70 euro or something like that. But what you get is SNES slash Super Famicom, and you get and you get also get NES with all these games. Obviously, you can only use these. NES games won't work, so you have to use this cartridge. I would say not a bad deal. If yes, you can probably buy original SNES for that kind of money, but then you'd have to buy RetroTink 5X, and you wouldn't have this cartridge. So yeah, I mean not bad. So let's try a few other things. One thing, this. I want to see what it does, how it behaves with this. So let me plug it. This is, by the way, burn-in cassette or test cartridge. So let's put it in. Let me share the window. And what we'll do, we'll run the, select, we'll run burn-in test, which essentially does some memory tests and a few other tests. So I'll let it run, and I'll put the same test that is running. Yeah, I can see already there's some glitches here that doesn't look exactly like the original Super Famicom. So I'll put the like the side by side the output from this console via HDMI, via composite, and also original SNES, so you can see if there are any differences. I can already tell that there was a glitch like on this one of the first screens. Other than that, it looks okay. Okay, so I'll put the kind of overlay on the screen with all three of those. Now, one thing that I really don't like, and it's probably bad design, I don't know, the cartridge slot is really tight, and I mean it's virtually impossible. There you go, sorry about that. This is pretty much useless. The cartridge slot is very tight. I mean, it gets in very easy, but then to take it back, you probably need to use this and pull it out. That's what I do because, again, this alone, it's just, yeah, it doesn't work. And yeah, you can pull it out, but it's easier if you do it simultaneously. So yeah, this is pretty bad. Reset, power, all good. So let's, the other thing, FX Pack Pro works as well. So I'll plug it in, power it on, share the window. As you can see, it works fine. I've tested quite a few games and works perfectly fine, including the games with the special chips. Works perfectly fine. So this is fine. FX Pack Pro works fine. So let me show you. Yeah. Let me show you. Sorry about that. Let me show you Super Game Boy. So let's power it on, share the screen, and as you will see, it will boot up and it will work perfectly, no problem at all. So that works. And I've tested quite a few games, pretty much all the games that I have. Let me take this off. So I've tested all these, and I'll put some examples on the screen in a minute. R-types, yeah, pretty much all the games that I have, I've tested them all. Maybe not all, but at least 10, 15 games. And full disclosure, I only had problem with this one, Super Metroid. But the problem is that it only boots to kind of Nintendo logo and black screen after that. And let me actually demonstrate. So let me share that, power it on. And that's it. In a few minutes, in a few minutes, you'll see the kind of copyright type of screen. So I think maybe something is wrong with the CIC chip here. By the way, the same behavior, exactly the same behavior on, let me take this off, exact same behavior on this original unmodified Super Famicom. So it's not the console fault, it's the cartridge. I don't know what the problem is with this one. I will need to take it apart. Maybe it's the battery, maybe it's the CIC chip. I would say because of that message that you'll see in a few seconds, hopefully, I would say that the CIC chip might be dead on this one. But again, I don't know. I will have to check. But again, not a fault of the console, because exact same behavior on original Super Famicom. So this is not the problem with the console. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, I'll put some examples of the games on the screen in a minute running on this. By the way, also the Super Metroid game, when you run it from this, works perfectly fine. So again, it's not the console. Let me check if this, yeah, not this time. Sometimes I get a message here that it's against the law to use unlicensed or copied cartridges. So I think the CIC chip is dead on this one. Anyway, power it off, take it out. Going back to build quality, this is how it looks inside, and I must say I'm impressed, honestly. It looks very clean. These chips, I have no idea what they do, but again, I don't think this is emulation. I think these are SNES on a chip or whatever. This looks very clean, looks very well made. This is obviously this wireless thingy that is connected to, that allows you to use these wireless controllers. Blobs everywhere, so I have no idea what it is. This is the antenna right there. So yeah, this is probably the chip that does HDMI conversion from composite to HDMI. Yeah, it would be actually good to, if somebody had an oscilloscope and maybe check if there is maybe RGB here. That would be pretty interesting, because again, there's two issues that I have with this. One is this slot. It's tight and it's really a nightmare. It's actually very sharp edges. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. But anyway, this slot is not great. And the other thing is that the HDMI is essentially converting composite. So, but yeah, looking inside there, it looks really good, well built. I mean, the plastics are really good. Again, the PCB really nice. Soldering really good, I would say. I don't really see any issues with that, and I'm happy with what I see. So guys, my thoughts on this. Would I recommend this device? Well, it depends. If you're hardcore original hardware only type of gamer or collector or player, then yeah, no, that's not for you, because you need original hardware, obviously. If you're a casual gamer that has, wants to play SNES or NES game once in a while, and you don't have all the equipment like RetroTink or OSSC or some other equipment, then yes, that's definitely for you. It plays very well. The games are good. The play well. Sound is good. Picture, well, again, taking into consideration that it's coming from composite, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not Ultra HD or whatever, but it is what it is. It works. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, if you want a device that you want to put in, your kids' room, you don't want to sacrifice your original SNES or connect all these retro things or all this stuff, that's a perfect device. They would have wireless controllers, wired controller. There's really, I mean, that's ideal scenario, I would say. Put it in your kids' room and let them play whatever they want. I mean, yeah, I would recommend this device for that purpose. Well built, I would say pretty nice. That's quite different than all other clones that I've seen on AliExpress. Yeah, I could recommend that. Again, not to everybody, but there are certainly there is a group of people that would certainly enjoy playing this device. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.